Welcome to the second part of our first session, Fundamentals of the Program Development Cycle. This is where we are going to discuss installing an integrated development environment. So there are many different types of integrated development environments, like we discussed before, many of which are free. Others are commercial software where you need to actually purchase the product. In this example, we are going to download the Eclipse development environment for Java. Now, unless you have a specific reason to use a commercial software, Eclipse should be just fine. In fact, for everything that we are going to do in this course, we are going to use Eclipse for all of the examples. So in order to download and install, here are the steps. So first we want to open up a browser and we want to navigate to eclipse.org. Once we are on the eclipse.org page, we want to click on the download button up here in the upper right hand corner. And like most software communities, the pages are very busy and have a lot of information on them. We don't want to immediately download the product here that they're highlighting. They give us some shortcuts here. We don't want this particular flavor of Eclipse. We want to click on download packages. And then from here, we'll see all of the available Eclipse options, which there are many if you scroll down. And there are two here for Java development. The Eclipse IDE for Java developers is a subset of the IDE for enterprise Java developers. So for this class, we're going to download the Eclipse IDE for enterprise Java developers. As you can see here, this is the one we use for web applications, for data tools, and for other types of Eclipse extended and advanced Eclipse and Java development. Now, the other version here is again a subset. It doesn't have as many tools. So your safe bet here is to download the Eclipse IDE for enterprise Java development. So I'm using Windows, so I'm going to click here on the link for Windows 64-bit. As you can see, there's Mac and Linux as well. So I'll just click here, and Eclipse will begin to download. I'll click this download button, and it's just a typical download. It will just click here in my browser to open when the download is done. What we're going to do is we'll get a zip file. We'll extract the zip file to somewhere on my file system. Do open when done. And this will come in. So what I'll do here is I will extract this to a directory. So I have to pick a directory. So I already have it done. So we can see here when I unzip it, it very quickly unzips. I'll see here executable. This is the executable file that actually runs Eclipse. We can right click on it here and click copy and then paste shortcut onto the desktop. And that's what I did here. I have the shortcut here. So that way I have it a quick area. So what we'll do is we'll double click, and the Enterprise Edition, they call it Eclipse Luna. Now, every Eclipse window needs a workspace. As you can see here, I have 3 workspaces set up. There are different project areas. As you can see here, it's a folder and a file system. So I will need at least one workspace. I can't have several, as you can see. So what happens here is Eclipse will just load up, and before too long, it'll be up on my screen. It'll be loaded and running up here on my desktop. Okay, so here we are, and you can see here we already have some of the files that were already in my existing workspace. And just give it a minute to completely load, and you can see here we have different projects. One happens to be a web project, and one happens to be just a plain Java project, base Java project. So as you can see here, this is going to be one of the early tutorials we're going to go through. This IDE gives us different windows for outlining, so we can see here the structure of our project, gives us syntax highlighting, and other tools are available through this IDE as well. So again, please complete the steps for downloading Eclipse or your IDE of choice. So before we go any further, this again is what Eclipse will look like when we actually get started with it. However, just let me lower this down here. When we first start Eclipse, or when you first start it, when we have an empty workspace, you'll get a screen that looks like this with the welcome screen. All that is the welcome screen. What we want to do is just go to the welcome tab here, and you'll see a little X when you highlight it. When you highlight the X, it'll say close. We just want to click close, and then we'll be ready to go. So again, please let's continue with the lesson, and please continue installing Eclipse, and we will be using Eclipse moving forward.